Good morning. Today, I speak not only on behalf of the Global Imams Council, but also as an Australian citizen. The Global Imams Council condemns in the strongest, clearest, and most unambiguous terms the barbaric terrorist attack at Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, where innocent Jewish families were celebrating Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. I have just spoken with families of the victims, extending solidarity and unity in the face of an act of terror that has shaken the world. This was not merely an act of violence, it was a calculated anti-Semitic act of terror driven by hatred, cowardice, and moral depravity. The murder of worshippers, including children and respected community figures and leaders, is an unforgivable crime that stains the conscience of humanity. These terrorists are enemies of all faiths and of all civilized society. Let us be absolutely clear. The Bondi Beach terrorist attack is what the globalizing of the Intifada looks like when hatred is normalized, when incitement is excused, and when extremists are allowed to fester under the cover of politics, slogans, and cowardly silence. What begins as chants and threats inevitably ends in blood. Any individual or ideology that targets Jews or that justifies violence against them or against our shared Abrahamic family is not representing Islam, but desecrating it. Anti-Semitic terrorism has no legitimacy, no excuse, and no shelter within authentic Islamic leadership. We stand in unbreakable and unapologetic solidarity with the Jewish community of Australia and with Jewish communities worldwide. Your grief is our grief. Your pain is shared deeply by Muslims across the globe who refuse to remain silent in the face of evil. The light of Hanukkah, a symbol of resilience and faith in the face of darkness, will never be extinguished by those who worship hatred and death. This terrorist attack must also be understood as a warning to other democracies, including Canada. As Mark Dubowitz of the FDD rightly stated today, I quote, "Sydney is a warning. Toronto has the same ingredients: a feckless, cowardly elite and deepening Islamist penetration, driving Jew hatred to levels Canada has not seen in modern times." End quote. When governments are permissive towards extremist rhetoric, when anti-Semitism is downplayed or selectively ignored, and when promised federal security funding for vulnerable religious and community institutions fails to materialize, the result is not tolerance, the result is terror. Canada must not mirror the political failures that have allowed violence to erupt elsewhere. A federal posture that hesitates to confront anti-Semitism decisively and takes no meaningful action against the Muslim Brotherhood and its affiliated networks risks sending a dangerous signal to extremists that consequences are unlikely and victims are expendable. We call upon Muslims everywhere to reject anti-Semitism without hesitation, to confront extremist ideologies within our own communities, and to actively build bonds of respect and protection with our Jewish brothers and sisters as fellow children of Abraham. Silence is complicity, and being neutral in the face of terror is a moral failure. We further call upon Australian authorities to pursue not only the perpetrators, but also the networks, ideologues, imams, supporters, and enablers behind them with the full force of justice. Terror must be crushed decisively, and those who incite it, fund it, promote it, or excuse it must be exposed and held accountable without exception. May the Almighty grant strength to the bereaved, healing to the wounded, and justice for the victims. May He protect all innocent people from this plague of hatred and terror. Amen.